the Kanu Abuja today. He will be standing in court before Justice James Omotosho. And Nnamdi Kanu has already said that he's ready to defend himself. And he mentioned certain names, big names, people that have held this nation. And he's saying that they are the ones that he's calling to court. And in this video, look at what he's saying. He's saying, why I want governors, ministers, and military chiefs as my witnesses. Kanu has come out to say openly, and that's what we'll be giving in this video here in Noble Media. He has said openly why he wants governors. He has some governors, he wants some ministers, he wants military chiefs as his witnesses, because these ones has been in the helm of our affairs of whatever happened in Nigeria. Governors, ministers, and former military chiefs are among notable personalities listed as witnesses by indigenous people of Biafra IPOB leader Maazi Nnamdi Kanu as witnesses in his terrorism case. Pay attention. Like this video if you have not liked it. Pay attention. To let us now know the reason, because people have been asking, why did he go to mention Sanwo-Olu, governor of Lagos State? Why did he mention Uzodimma? Why did he mention Danjuma? You know, all these people. The IPOB leader, whose no case submission was discussed by Justice James Omotosho, was dismissed by Justice James Omotosho, is due to open his defense on the trial today. Minister Wike, David Umahi, Minister Wike of FCT, David Umahi of Works, Ministers Wike of Federal Capital Territory, David Umahi of Works, former army chiefs General Danjuma and General Buratai are among the 23 witnesses whose names were front-loaded by the IPOB leader. No one saw this coming. Even us in Noble Media, even some lovers of Nnamdi Kanu did not see that Nnamdi Kanu will go to this very hot dimension of this case, dragging these people to court. Uzodimma, Danjuma, bringing them to court. Also listed as witnesses are Imo State Governor Uzodimma, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, former Ada State Governor Ikpeazu, former Attorney General of the Federation Abubakar Malami, Director General of the Director of State Services DSS Oluwatosin Ajayi, his predecessor Yusuf Bichi, that is the one that was DSS chief before the current one, Yusuf Bichi, and former Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, Ahmed Rufai Abubakar. Nnamdi Kanu is bringing all these people to court. In a document filed yesterday, which he personally signed, Nnamdi Kanu signed this one by himself, Maazi Nnamdi Kanu prayed the court to extend the 6 days earlier granted to him to conduct his defense to 90 days, because Omotosho gave him only 6 days. How can you give a man who you are about to sentence just 6 days when you had all the days in the world, months and years, 4 years for the prosecutors to talk against him, and you are giving him only 6 days? Justice Omotosho at the last hearing granted his request for a private meeting with his team of lawyers on October 22, that was yesterday, or day before yesterday, in the courtroom of the Federal High Court in Abuja, preparatory for today's commencement of his trial. Kanu will be commencing his trial today. In the document, Kanu categorized his witnesses into two. Pay attention. I hope you are following. If you have not liked this video, like this video. Come under the comment of this video and say, Tinubu, this is the time. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu before it is too late for Nigeria. Tinubu, the time has come for you to release Nnamdi Kanu before it is too late for Nigeria. Type it in the comment section. In the document, Kanu categorized his witnesses into two: ordinary but material defense witnesses, that's voluntary, and material and vital witnesses to be summoned under Section 232 of the Evidence Act 2011. These ones will be summoned whether they like it or not. They must appear. The defendant also indicated his intention to testify in person. Kanu is saying that he will testify. This one is not his lawyers talking to him. Of course, they are holding a lawyer, Jimako. He will talk by himself. According to the document, Kanu said he plans to call Wike to testify on the Obi Igbo massacre following the NSAS protest and the role of security forces under his authority. This Wike has a case. Wike, somebody call Wike, he has a case to answer. He said Hope Uzodimma is to testify on public statements following Ahmed Guluk's death and subsequent clarification exonerating IPOB. Hope Uzodimma, the APC governor of Abia State, Imo State, is also getting ready, warming up. He must come. Kanu said he would be inviting General Danjuma to testify on his 2018 public warning, urging self-defense against infiltrated armed forces, contextualizing the defendant's advocacy for self-defense. So, General Danjuma, even though you are retired, you are needed in the court. He said Buratai would testify on the 2017 invasion of the defendant's residence, of Nnamdi Kanu's residence, and the chain of command authorizing the military operation. Yes, Nnamdi Kanu was released 2015, 2017, when he was, I think it was released 2017, when he was preparing to reappear in court after he was bailed. This man, Buratai, under Buhari, started the Operation Python dance aimed at killing Nnamdi Kanu, and many of Nnamdi Kanu's people were gunned down. Many young Igbos, young Igbo youths, young Igbo men, women, youths, some are still missing, some are still in prison till today. Some died, and even many people died in Nnamdi Kanu's house. That also culminated in the loss of Nnamdi Kanu's father and mother. He said Buratai will testify on the 2017 invasion of Maazi Nnamdi Kanu's residence and the chain of command authorizing the military operation. Kanu says Sanwo-Olu, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State, will testify on the findings of the Lagos State NSAS judicial panel, particularly the Lekki Toll Gate massacre, evidencing state pattern of repression. There have been this pattern in Nigeria of constant repressing voices, repressing people, deleting people, killing people, intimidating people. Umahi is scheduled, that's Dave Umahi, who moved from PDP to APC. Dave Umahi is scheduled to testify regarding the proscription of IPOB without judicial order and its consequences, while Ikpeazu, that's former Governor Ikpeazu, will testify on his knowledge and administrative participation in the 2017 military invasion within Abia State. That Operation Python dance, of course, he was governor in Abia State when Nnamdi Kanu's house was invaded. Nobody will be left untouched. Kanu is touching everybody. Kanu wants Abubakar Malami, to testify on directives. And if you have not liked this video, please like this video. And this is the kind of video you must share. Kanu wants Malami to testify on directives and authorizations connected with the defendant's extraordinary rendition from Kenya in June 2021. This Malami was in charge when they went to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. Kanu is bringing him to court, and there is no excuse. Also, Ajayi is being invited to clarify on his public lectures and statements on terrorists and invaders relevant to interpreting the defendant's own broadcast. Ajayi is also coming to court. Kanu said Bichi, that's of DSS, former DG of DSS, should testify on knowledge and authorization of rendition operations, custody conditions, and compliance with legal procedures. So Kanu is also bringing DSS, both the one present and the one retired. He said Abubakar is expected to testify, that is Malami, is expected to testify on the operational and diplomatic coordination of the rendition. How Kanu was kidnapped, tortured in Kenya. Kanu said a DSS official whose name he failed to disclose, of course, some things are not open yet. It's going to be a surprise. Please come under the comment and say, Tinubu, be wise. Release Nnamdi Kanu now before he destroys Nigeria with truth. Release Nnamdi Kanu now before it is too late for Nigeria. Kanu said a DSS official whose name he failed to disclose will be invited to be cross-examined regarding direct involvement in the defendant's abduction and illegal transfer, fabrication of witness statements, and custodial abuses. So there is a DSS official that participated himself in kidnapping Kanu, torturing him while he was in their custody. Kanu is dragging him to court too. No excuse, nobody will be spared. Those listed as ordinary witnesses include Chief Emeka Amabalasi, who he described as an expert in political history and self-determination. Kanu is also bringing this man, an expert, an Igbo person. According to the document, Umahi Balasi will testify on the historical and legal context of self-determination movements, such as IPOB, and the treatment under Nigerian and international law, including extrajudicial killings of the defendants' associates, people that are associating with Kanu were gunned down, killed, buried, some are still missing. Maazi Benjamin Madebugu, an associate of the defendant and former co-accused, is expected to testify to the internal structure and objective of the IPOB, refuting claims that it is a terrorist organization. Of course, the Nigerian government under Buhari and continued by Tinubu regime were quick enough to proscribe and call IPOB a terrorist organization. Yet, they are hobnobbing, whining and dining, eating lunch and dinner with terrorists. Chief Dan Olase, a community leader in Umahi, Abia State, is being invited to testify on the perception of the defender broadcast as political commentary rather than incitement. Bruce Fein, described as an international human rights and constitutional lawyer based in Washington, D.C., United States of America, will testify on the illegality of the defendant's extraordinary rendition and its implication for jurisdiction and fair trial, that the court doesn't even have any jurisdiction to handle the matter. Emeritus Professor Martin Ahaji, who Kanu said is his treating physician, is to testify on the defendant's medical condition, effects of detention, and fitness to stand trial. Barry Sutton, a digital security expert at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Massachusetts MA, USA, that's MIT, would examine the integrity of the electronic evidence, including chain of custody, authenticity, and tampering issues. Hey, Kanu is not joking. Chief Godwin Achioye, described as senior lawyer and community leader from Isiama Faruku Ibeku, Umahi, Abia State, is to testify on the defender's good character and standing in his community. That is from Nnamdi Kanu's community. Prince Emmanuel Okwu Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu's younger brother, of number 1 Eze Okwu Kanu Close, Umahi, Abia State, described as an eyewitness to the 2017 military invasion of Nnamdi Kanu's residence, is expected to testify to the event, casualties, and use of excessive force by the army. Okay, remember they are still holding him as of this recording. Maazi Nnamdi Kanu said he will, in his testimony, provide a sworn account of the facts, denying the allegations and explaining the political context of his statements and actions. Part of the document reads, notice of number and names of witnesses to be called by the defendant and request for witness summons, subpoena, and the variation of the time within which to defend the counts charges against Maazi Nnamdi Kanu. Take notice that, pursuant to the order of this honorable court made on the 16th day of October 2025, directing the defendant to commence his defense on the 24th day of October 2025, the defendant will call a total of 23 witnesses divided into 2 categories. Category A, ordinary but material evidence witness, voluntary. Those ones can decide to come or not to come. Category B, vital and compellable witnesses to be summoned under Section 232 of the Evidence Act 2011. These ones will be compelled to come, like the governors, DSS people. They can't say they are not coming. Given the materiality of the prospective evidence of the witnesses selected for the evidence of the defendant, that's Nnamdi Kanu, the time frame within which the defendant is ordered to present and conduct defense of the charges appears grossly inadequate. How can you give him just 6 days? Hence, your lordship is urged to vary the time frame and accommodate at least a period of 90 days for the defense. The register of the court be ordered to issue subpoenas or witness summons to category B witnesses or be permitted. The defendant respectfully prays this honorable court to issue all necessary summons and witness warrants under section 241 to 242 of the Evidence Act 2011 and under the inherent jurisdiction. The defendant undertakes to provide the sworn statement of all voluntary witnesses to this honorable court and to notify the prosecution within a reasonable time. The honorable court to note that the appearance of these witnesses is essential to ensuring a fair and complete determination of the issues before the court, and the honorable court and the entirety of Nigeria will enjoy the robust evidence that will surface. Kanu is about to open everything. No precious time of the honorable court will be delayed, and it would interest the honorable court and the general public that justice is not only done but manifestly seen to have been done. Because what they just want to do is to rush the matter and sentence Kanu. Kanu lawyers meet. Kanu held a private meeting with his legal team consisting of senior lawyers, including Oyechi Ikpeazu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Paul Orokoro, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, among others. Is being led by Chief Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, Kanu, is being led by former Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, Kanu Agabi, of course, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. The meeting was held in the court 7, located in the second floor of the Federal High Court headquarters complex in Abuja, the same courtroom where proceedings in his ongoing terrorism trial is being conducted. Consistent with the schedule of proceedings in the case issued by Judge James Omotosho on September 16, the meeting is part of the defense team's preparation for the commencement of the defendant's case today. The case will be commencing today. And here in Noble Media, we are going to be giving you all the updates as the case is, in fact, once Kanu enters court, our correspondent is already in Abuja. We will start giving you all updates as they will be dropping. So just subscribe, just click on subscribe and click on join to become a full member of our channel. Then share this video, click on like, drop a comment, and most importantly, just keep following. There's another important video on the screen. There's another very important video on the screen. You can see it right now. Click on it and watch immediately.